I didn't even realize micro. Anyway. Ooh, that's actually a little better. The hat on doesn't feel so comfortable in my ears right now. Well, we'll see where it goes. So how's everyone doing? I'm doing well. In case you haven't been around on the channel before, I go on a lot about World of Warcraft. Specifically, Wrath of the Lich King. I'm one of those guys. Ironically, I started right around this time. I guess not ironically. So when I first started playing World of Warcraft, Warlow back there, I was in high school, living in Quebec. Dorky little dude. My brother had introduced it to me because I don't know why I'd stopped playing Guild Wars, but I had stopped playing Guild Wars. He had started playing World of Warcraft, and he wanted to play some games with me again. So he gave me that little tag thing. No, that's true. We did the recruit a friend. And that's where I made my first Druid, and I got him to maybe level 12 or 13 until we actually got a chance to hang out online, and we made a character called How I Heal, which is the name I go and use every time. As you can see over there in top, what is that, top right corner? Oh. So yeah, I am actually very excited for Wrath of the Lich King, because it was my first new expansion into World of Warcraft, right? So with it coming out to Classic WoW, I'm actually probably going to commit. I'm more than likely going to commit. Let's face it, I'm probably going to commit to doing all of Wotlk this time, because damn, it was fun the first time. And I didn't get to, like I said, I never got to really do a lot of it. Like, I didn't get to do everything. I didn't get to do most of the raids because I was a dorky, 14, 15-year-old who had no idea what the hell they were doing. This is basically the first endgame MMO I did. Most of the time, I just play the story and end. Back then, I treated video games the way I treat reading. I'll read just about any book, but a lot of the time, I'll stop, put it down, and just move on to a new one. It's got to really interest me, and I might even do that to a couple books in a series. That's why I stay away from, like, as long as Harry Potter. I like Dragonlance for that, because it's like pulp novels. You can just, every third one you can skip and get a good new story. My favorite one is like Amber and Blood or something like that. So yeah, return to the icy realm of Northrend in World of Warcraft Wrath of the Lich King Classic. So I didn't go over it yesterday. Maybe I should have, but I didn't. I'm going to turn that down just a little. And before I do that, I just got to go get my water. Oh, hi, but I'm just going to go get a water. I'll be right back. Don't go too far. I'm good, just thirsty. I already talked so much that my mouth went dry. I'm just gonna turn that down. There. I'm doing good. It was a bit of a day. Took me a little while to get my video edited and cut. It still hasn't been uploaded. Just a stream edit, that's all. I'm not too worried. It'll be up tonight there. But I'll cut a couple more bits of it, and then I'll do whatever I do tonight, tomorrow as well. But yeah, I'm excited. I want to jump into this Northrend Wrath of the Lich King Classic expansion. The heroes of the Alliance and Horde have fought against the evils in Kalimdor and the Eastern Kingdoms, against the demons of the Burning Legion in Outland, and against each other, unaware that an imminent threat was looming in the vast and icy continent of Northrend. The Lich King Arthas Menethil sits in the ominous Ice-Crowned Citadel, scheming to claim the world as his own. A plan that threatens all life on Azeroth. A plan that we know how it ends, so I'm excited to do it. Heroes of the Alliance and Horde must stand together against a malevolent being who dares to declare himself the one true king of Azeroth and seeks to steal all life from the world. I mean, isn't he technically? At least of the Eastern Kingdoms. Later this year, you will again get to explore bone-chilling lands, storm Ice-Crowned Citadel, and halt the Lich King's baleful efforts. Only the most stalwart can challenge the Lich King, and end his reign of terror in this re-release of the 2008 expansion. It's just that as soon as I saw 2008, I'm like, oh my god, that's how long ago it was. But it was released in like November 2008, wasn't it? Wotlk. No, I don't need classic. Am I still in? No. Yeah, it was November. Okay, so I would have started playing. I had a whole year to prepare. So it would have been June 2007. Would have been June 2007 that I made my first character. I don't actually remember what their name is. Ever since we started with the How I Heal, it's always been that. Just like it shook up WoW during its original release, Wrath of the Lich King Classic will thrill both veterans and newcomers with a host of improved features and content to explore. The grim frozen north. Heroes will begin their journey in one of two zones in Northrend, Borean Tundra. See, I called it Boreal Tundra, and I knew I was wrong. Yeah, it's Borean Tundra or Howling Fjord. I like Borean Tundra, but I believe it's Howling Fjord. That is, one second, Northrend map. That is the better one for leveling. And am I right? No, I was wrong. I had it backwards. I hate the Borean Tundra. I like the Howling Fjord. How did I not? That's how long ago it's been. At least I knew their names. Crystal Song Woods was the only other one I could think of off the top of my head besides Ice Crown, but that would be like forgetting the name of the entire expansion. You got Dragonflight, Wintergrasp. Like, I don't care if this is the faster leveling zone. I'm going straight here. Oh my god, this is the best. I'm almost half tempted to do an entire stream of me just walking through Northrend in retail right now and just being like, I remember doing this. I remember doing, like, it's, ooh. I'm excited. And heroes will begin their and adventure through some of the most epic vistas and beloved storylines in all of Warcraft before breaching the seat of the Lich King's power in Icecrown. I'm excited to do that stupid quest line that ends with the gate opening up and it's like, oh no, all this happened. You know, anyways, I know it doesn't make any sense. It's just I'm picturing the and it's too much for words. The Rise of the Death Knights, available to both factions starting at level 55. Death Knights, World of Warcraft's first hero class, and I would arguably say my favorite class overall. I don't care how that sounds. I grew up super edgy. I hated them at first because it made me feel useless as a druid because it's like they can do everything I can do but better. They can even heal better. Hopefully that's not a problem this time. I would actually just have it. I would be like, I would scream into the microphone real loud if I just saw 5 Death Knights just storm into a dungeon while I'm leveling. I'd just be like, it's happening again. I want to heal, but they don't need me. While Death Knights are limited to 1 person per server and require a level 55 character on that server to create, in Wrath Classic, we will be bypassing that requirement for a player's first Death Knight. Sweet! Awesome! I might just start a Death Knight. No, I want to do a Druid. I want to... Well, no, don't I lose being a tree? Like, that's why I want to make sure I level now. I can't remember. New profession inscription. The new profession allows players to scribe mystical glyphs that modify the properties of spells, abilities, and craft powerful trinkets and offhand items. Achievements are coming to WoW Classic. Yeah, that's when they get released in. I believe that's when it happened. It was either that or like the patch or 2 before. Relive seminal 5-player dungeons like Azul Nirub, I like that one, and Culling of Stratholm. that's, if you're still watching Panda Booty Flake, we were talking about it yesterday. I think Culling of Stratholme was the name of it, because I kept calling the city Stratholme anyway. I think what I was calling it was the attack on Stratholme, and lay siege to Naxxramas as a 25 or 10 player raid. An update of its original iteration is a 40 player raid in pre-expansion Warcraft. Included with existing World of Warcraft subscriptions, as with previous WoW. As with previous WoW Classic releases, anyone who subscribes to World of Warcraft can also play Wrath of the Lich King Classic at no additional cost. Killer. Additionally, we want to provide a better experience for our new and existing Classic players with the following changes. The level cap will be increased to 80, and we're introducing a level 70 boost. Oh. So those who didn't play Burning Crusade Classic but wish to play Wrath with their friends or explore Northrend can do so right away. This boost will be available once per account and be used on any class except Death Knights. Okay, so that's kind of stupid because it's classic, but whatever, you know. You got to do what you got to do. They are kind of hurting for cash. You know, 18 million was quite a bit. It's a lot for one, you know, in one day. Sarcasm, by the way. Players wait. So I'm gonna just so the reason I don't think there should be a boost is if you're not gonna do the recruit a friend. Like, for those who didn't play Burning Crusade but wish to play Wrath, if they're talking about people who are playing now, like me, I should just start leveling now, like I plan on doing. If I'm inviting someone who hasn't played in a while or wants to start over or whatever, you know, there's always recruit a friend who says for people who are new, and the XP boost probably goes over to. No dungeon finder. Players rediscovering Wrath of the Lich King Classic won't find the looking for dungeon feature originally added in points 3.3.5. We've heard from our Classic community that the importance of social bonds is a big part of what makes Classic their game of choice, and we agree. So do I. But looking for dungeon was something that I really did think was a good thing. Why did they think that was a bad thing? This is a bad thing. This is stupid. This kind of is this. Doing this. Social bonds. Don't level with friends. Don't make a group. Don't, you know, just get right into it. Give me $35. 40 in other countries. 25 in some. Personal arena rating. Throughout Burning Crusade Classic, our PvP community has made it clear that they'd prefer the flexibility of rating being personal rather than tied to a fixed team, so we'll be removing arena teams in Wrath Classic. Okay, barbershop improvements. Oh boy, Jesus Christ, barbershop improvements. In the years since the barbershop was at first added in Wrath, World of Warcraft has added additional customization options, including some that were originally only available as paid services. Didn't know that. How little I care about the barbershop, I'm not gonna lie. I've been playing WoW for like, I don't know if it was in Warlords of Draenor, or I guess Legion. The last one I played, the more I think about it, I played a bit. I played like 1 week of Legion. That was quite a bit, honestly. That was enough. But I didn't even know. I'm pretty sure back then Druid alternate forms, so Moonkin and all that, they had alternate skins. I didn't find that out till like Shadowlands, and that was like 3 months in. I was reading an article. It said how to find the rest of the. And I'm like, what the hell? That's dumb. It's cool, but it's dumb. I don't like the barbershop. Once I'm locked in, I usually just I go once a year. We're going to incorporate all those improvements in Wrath Classic rather than reverting to the authentic 2008 behavior. A little better about the no dungeon finder thing, but I live. I know how to work. I know how it works. So, because I want to. Wotlk Classic. Creepers. No, I just want... Aha. So. I don't know why I did that. I remember watching the original for the first time. God damn. I can't even see the trailer for what it is. I'm just seeing the original one. Just him walking across the ice. Doing the whoosh. Wakey wakey!
My son.
Was so cool. There was nothing else I wanted to play after that. Just nothing. It was music and then this. Music class and then this. I had no life. Like, isn't that just badass?
When my days have come to an end.
I'm not even like a big dude for dragons, right?
Shall be.
And that was like, what the hell? Wow, that's cool. I want to do that. I want to go fight that thing. I want to go fight a lot of those things. And he's like, well, just get yourself to 70 finally. And I went from like 60 to 68, and I wouldn't even say I burnt myself out. I would just say it was, I start.
This is it.
Oh, what's going on? Shh, stop it. Don't do that. Nobody asked you to do that. I don't know what the hell happened. I wasn't paying attention. I spent so long at level 68, and I don't remember if it's because I had just run out of, like, it might have been 67 or something like that. I had finished the quest line or something. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it wasn't until actual launch of Wrath. It was like that week or the next week. I finally finished and hit 70. Oh wait, no. I was an idiot. Because if I remember correctly, you could have gone to Northrend at 68, but my brother had told me to hold off because I'll be underleveled. And I think that was it. I just spent so long at so I did everything I could, and then 2 weeks into Wrath, I'm like, well, I paid for the damn expansion. I'm going in. I don't care. So along with that comes this is for Dragonflight. Whoops. Here we go. I'm well organized. Don't ask, man. Blizzard, didn't have that was the official post. That's what I was reading. God damn it. I should have just read it on here. All right, so I guess we're back on to Dragonflight, but I'm going to talk about that in a minute there. I just want to finish my thoughts about Wrath of the Lich King. Make sure I don't double back on anything later on. I think it's just nostalgia talking. That's basically it. I'm like, yeah, I get to go back and be, 10 again. But it was also one of the more fun expansions. Yeah, you can level in it in retail, but it's not. Get out of here. Goddamn twitchy fingers. Oh, I'm in another. Okay. Here we go. I kind of think it's a little more than nostalgia. That's it. I just, compared to, I feel like it's, in a way, it feels like it's going to be new because of how long it's been. I mean, 2008. It's been what, 14 years, and it's coming out. Is it coming out in 2022 or 2023? Oh, what did I do? Something made a noise. Was it these dinglings? 1 second. I gotta show my younger brother what I think of him. When you get home and your little bro is excited to tell you how he beat a boss in the game, he knows that you're the only one who will understand. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Not even the right button. When you get home and your little bro is excited to tell you how he beat a boss in the game because he knows you're the only one that will understand. So I said, get the fuck out of here. Get out of here. Ain't nobody wants that. What makes that noise? Anyway, I'm still focused on that stupid blipping noise. Could it be? No, not this. I don't know. It don't matter. Doesn't look like the time reset either, so. Wait, could it be? I don't think so. I might join my guild for that if I'm there. So there's with any new expansion, there will come memes, always. And I guess Wowhead has some pretty good ones set up. Do it for him. Oh, we're going to Twitter. We'll let it load. Oh no, what the heck? Don't you just love hyperlinks? Millennials have been training for Dragonflight from childhood. This is their expansion, hashtag Warcraft. I love it. Ah, yeah. I want to be a green Power Ranger. That's what I want to be. I want to be a green Power Ranger. I always wanted to be a green Power Ranger, so. I like this one. World of Warcraft is saved. Was that a little animal shown off with it? Ducks? What the hell? Corporate needs you to find the difference between these pictures. Okay, I gotta send the nerds this one. Oh, they'll appreciate this one. Copy link to tweet. Oh no, not those nerds. These nerds. I think they'll appreciate that one. TX off, our TX on. Oh, what? Worst calling out that I've never seen a Helenka and Watcher Kornos in the same room at the same time. I'm not. I don't know people too well, but still, if you then you don't. Oh wait, this probably makes a little more sense over on Twitter. Dragon customization preview. That one's good. That one's good. A cosmos divided will not survive what is to come. Ducks. Why? I don't know why people are obsessed with ducks. I gotta spend more time on the internet and less time reading my books. This is Chad Stone, Watcher guy. He spoke not a single word, yet he showed a lot of emotion, care, and bravery with his actions and face language. He only appeared for minutes, and yet I feel emotional towards him in much more way than Zuval after the entirety of Shadowlands. That is not surprising. Like that, I understand. Wow, after BFA and Shadowlands, ducks. Like, I'm a duck man too. I'm more of a penguin wearing a duck suit kind of guy, but what's going on? Oh no. That is a very good comparison. Wow. Why does it look like his eyeballs were like taken off of you know when there's like face apps where the eyeballs and the mouth get moved places. That looks like that's what's going on there. I think I forgot something. If you forgot, then it wasn't important. Yeah, you're right. Well, see, everything that I've read says this is depowered anyway. It doesn't do anything. Like, yeah, sure, it's an eyesore. It's in Silithus, right? I skipped that one. I just read it. Wikipedia and all the other sources. Dragonflight waiting room. Yeah, kind of right now. Kind of looks like the creepy statues from Elden Ring. 10.0 launch day, be like, oh, god damn right, I'm making one. This is going to be awesome. That's going to be so fun. Like, it's either going to be awesome in a fun way or awesome in like a why is it? Whew, I like that one. Stone Guy. I've only had Stone Guy a few minutes, but if anything happened to him, yeah, well, maybe not that much. Cries in Garrison, where are the Dragon Isles? Here. Where is the housing system? Here. Why do we need a housing system? You know where he lives? Well, you know what? Maybe I'm the only one who thinks of it like this, but my guy's a druid. He sleeps in the mud. He eats mushrooms. He forages for worms and he slurps them up. He's like, what's his name there? John the Baptist. He eats honey and crickets. Or the locusts. Anyway. Those were good. That was funny. I like that. Wasn't expecting that. Oh, yeah, the talent system. So, when I watched it there, I was really excited for the talent system. So we're going to look at it to see what they have to say about it. The WoW development team answered a lot of questions about the new talent system, and Dragonflight clarified how it'll work. The talent system will be completely revamped in Dragonflight. The developers talked more about the system in 2 blue posts. Let's talk about them in more detail. Man, I love blue posts. We've seen a lot of questions about the talent system preview here and another feedback, and we want to start answering what we can. Note that it's still too early for a lot of specifics, including we can't post complete trees yet for people to peruse. There's still a lot to discuss about our approach and goals for the system. Watch they tease us with this, and then at the last moment they take it away. I don't even care if it's terrible. I'd rather a point system than what they have. I've hated. It's basically the only thing I really hate in World of Warcraft is how boring it is. I don't even care if the trees don't make any sense. I don't mind spending all day putting points in, trying to get something to work. I just hate how lazy I feel. Just 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We're good? Yeah, okay, sweet. Whoa, whoops. Yeah. Will they be old style of talents plus 1 gains here and that there are 5 points to put into, or is each box only 1 point? Primarily the latter. You son of a... No, I'm kidding. That's fine. We're still experimenting quite a bit with drafting trees, but currently the majority of nodes are 1 point with some 2 to 3. Yeah, that's cool. It turns out that the game has a lot more custom abilities and bonuses to potentially award in a tree than it did many years ago. Multi-point passives still exist, although even there, most are more class specific than simply giving stats. Think of the sorts of passive bonuses that have existed in systems like Conduits, Artifacts, or Azerite. More complex than a plain stat bonus, but simpler than the sort of thing that would currently be a level 50 passive talent or legendary. 3-point passives can still have important purposes for doing things like balancing different paths. What percentage of the tree will be filled out at max level? Very roughly speaking, think something like 2/3. In general, it is fine for people to have quite a lot of stuff, especially considering that the tree contains many different kinds of things. Some are comparatively basic abilities, bonuses that many players of a given spec will have. Some are the more advanced optional bonuses that currently live in systems like legendaries, as well as optional utility of various kinds. Players need to be able to spend enough points to have some things from all of these categories. Having a class spec that is complete in the way that a current live class is, albeit much more customized. At the same time, enough of the tree has to be left unselected at max level to make the choices between different paths matter, where the points you're leaving out still include some potentially high value options. Usual design maxim here: if you feel torn because your last point is leaving out something you'd want, no matter what you do, you've probably done it right. Yes, that is kind of true, I guess. Yeah, so long as everything else works. You mentioned being able to save your builds to your character. It would be pretty awesome for a way to share those in the game between players, so someone could just load in someone else's build and it's filled in for them. This is a feature we have currently listed as something we'd like to do, though it's still too early to say anything more. Sweet. Nymox also posted very useful facts about the new talent system. The talent system becomes available at level 10 when you pick your spec. For the Evoker, access to talents will be gated behind quests, just like Death Knight's work, because they start at a higher level. In Dragonflight pre-patch, you will have 51 talent points to spend, 26 in your class, 25 in your specialization tree. In Dragonflight, the number of talents will go up to 61, with 31 talents to spend your class tree and 30 in your spec tree. You can't spend talents in a spec tree that's different from your current spec. Yeah, okay. Squares are active abilities, circles are passives. Okay, talents with multiple ranks require additional points to be spent per rank of that. Whoa! Slow down, cowboy. I don't like the sound of that. Just make it cost 1 each. You will, well, whatever. You will be able to save a name. Yeah, that's fine. Thanks to the new system, you'll be able to pick 2 talents that were previously on the same tier. Covenant abilities, legendary powers, artifact traits will be implemented into new trees. Ooh. When do talents become available? Yeah. Alternating between a talent point for your class tree and your spec tree in the pre-patch at level 60, you will have a total of 51 talent points to spend. 26 in your class, 25 in your spec tree. When you reach the maximum level of 70 in Dragonflight, you'll have 61 total talent points to spend, with 31 in your class tree, 30 in your spec. Cool. Locked out. Can I spend points in a spec tree that's different from mine? No. How does spending points in the talent tree work? You must obtain talents in the top row of a first tree. Okay. Indicated by an arrow. Okay, yeah. So you start at the top and you work your way down. This is Resto, right? Does anybody see anything that looks like it says you can turn into a tree? I'm not even kidding. That's Ironbark, if I'm right. So I'm going to come up with the delusional thought that maxing it out, I'm just going to say that. Yeah, I'm going to make it sound crazy. You max it out and you get to turn into a tree indefinitely, but it really could be any of these. You mean I get to keep that? I want to be able to keep that. All right. I kind of want to stop talking about Dragonflight and just jump into Classic, but wow, this is, I might as well keep going. What are the diamond shape? Those are mechanic. Those are a mechanic that as of writing this, we're not planning to include. We will give further updates as needed. So this is basically out of date now. Okay. Oh, these diamond ones. So these ones will stay. Or is it just going to be the square and the circle ones? Because then that's going to, isn't it? Curses! I want to be able to use that stupid ability. I earned the right. Are all ETT too far down. So no, octagons are kept. Awesome. Going. What are those talents with a small arrow on either side? Those are talent selection nodes where when you hover over that node, it will present multiple options for you to select. These choices can either be a new active ability or passive benefit. Cool. Oh, didn't mean to shut that off. How do talents work with multiple ranks? Additional points to be spent per rank of the talent. Currently, we don't have any active abilities with multiple ranks, only passive effects. The value of these passive effects may not linearly scale with points invested. You must purchase all available talent ranks over multi-rank talent to progress further down the tree from this node. Okay. Some talents will be in more than one specialization talent tree. Where this makes sense, yes. For example, both Feral and Guardian might have the Berserk talent tree in their talent. Oh, well, whatever. While Restoration Balance will not, obviously. We know that Berserk is not the same for Feral and Guardian, but want to be clear that talents do not have to be exclusive to one spec tree or another because it is in the spec tree and not the class tree. Well, yeah, that makes sense. Will the class talent tree change at all when changing specs? Yeah, no. You know what? I think I'm good because this is just a little too technical for me now. This talent tree looks very complicated and overwhelming to me compared to the current version of talents in Shadowlands. No! Don't listen to him. It's probably just a question you had to ask, of course, but no, don't listen to him. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He's talking out of his ass if I've ever seen anybody talking about out of his ass. This is a frequent topic of discussion for us. This new system is definitely more complicated, but also allows for significantly more freedom in choosing what is important to the activities you are doing while playing the game. Yeah, I love it. I love to hear that. There's a cost to this. I don't care if the person has, and don't play with him. But if he's having fun because he did something that works for him, just leave him be. I don't even mean me, because I will do that, and then I will go and I will make a proper, I'll end up making a proper build, and everything will be fine. But there are some people who they're just here to do whatever they can, and I think it's more fun. Won't people just go to a website and find a build and just use that instead of experimenting with the talent trees? We're sure this is, yeah, of course. But see, we're also sure that people make fun and distinct builds that work for their own style of playing the game. Exactly. That's what I want to hear. That's why if there's not an ability that lets you turn into a tree indefinitely, I'm going to go down to Blizzard headquarters and just pick it. The only reason basically the reason I stopped healing was they took the tree form out. I love shifting. It's the only reason I play Druid. Every time I go into something else, it's like, well, I could play a Druid. Why don't you could be a paladin? They're basically the same thing. Yeah, but it's not. I can't, like, what does a paladin turn into? Just a pious idiot. At least as a Druid, I'm an idiot who goes around rummaging through the woods trying to find raccoon friends. How much of my class is going to be in this talent tree compared to other add-on extra systems like legendaries, covenants, conduits? Put as much class-related stuff as we can into the new system. We recognize such Eyes of the Beast, Astral Recall, Moonglade are in combat, altering choices you're making, and you would be hard-pressed to spend a talent. Yeah, so don't take it away. Yeah, thank you. There will just be a bonus spell you get while leveling up. Make it lore-related at least, right? If they don't want to go get it, they don't have to, but if they want to join... If they want to join the Moonglade Druids, you can give them a little quest to go down there and waste your time. I love leveling as a Druid, but I hated it. This is so dull. Go to Moonglade, do some shit. What's this? 4 dungeons tied to it overall or something like that? 2? I don't remember anymore. Just dull. I think the most fun I had with a Druid questline was the one in Badlands, or what is it? Yeah, Badlands. The one with the snake people. That was just goofy. You just got all these snakes popping up out of nowhere. I don't care about this question. If a Shadowlands Covenant, and I also have what happens. The plan is that these nodes will still exist in the talent tree and you can obtain them, but your Shadowlands will override it. You won't have multiple versions of the same. Not every Shadowlands. Okay, wow, curses. Let me keep mine. You took away the tree. You took away Starfall. Like, I feel like they're just actively trying to make playing a Druid boring. Like, okay, they may not be very good, but they're fun. That's the point to them. They're not supposed to be good. They're just supposed to be fun. Well, no, they're actually really good for people who play them really well, but I just like to throw flowers all over the place and be like, go stand over there. That'll make you feel good. PvP talents don't interest me right now. What about the API for... Nope, don't care. Will my class be getting ability in it? What? Maybe there's a lot of work still to be done, and we need to be careful how much stuff we're adding to these trees. If we just put all 21 talents from Shadowlands into the tree, that's a huge amount of extra stuff your character can get. I'll take this over borrowed power changing every expansion. Yeah, that's fair. Shaping out to be a pretty grounded expansion, which is fine by me. I'm good with cool systems like artifacts too, though. Guess I'm easy to please. There is this borrowed power interview I was thinking of looking at, and I think I might still. What is this? That's, yeah, covered everything I want to do there. These I'm going to leave for tomorrow night. What are we up to? 44? Yeah, you know what? Because I checked out the titles earlier, and I don't care about why there's no housing What do you mean, where's archaeology? That I might actually check out because I was about to do that. Don't care. Don't care. Seasonal mythic plus dungeons will rotate. Yeah, why not?
How are you doing today?
Pretty good.
Yeah, all things considered. Awesome. I'm so excited. Thank you so much for taking the time to sit down with me today and talk a little bit about Dragonflight. I wanted to start.
So this is I should mention first off, this is from Hazelnutty Games if you want to watch it yourself. Here it is. Oh shoot. I always forget that the multi-stream doesn't have a thing there. So oh boy. So I get all the way down there and it's like gosh darn it. There we go. What's going on?
By asking a little bit.
And she makes a lot of like WoW content. If you are, I guess like her analog for Final Fantasy 14 would be like possibly Zepla, maybe.
The shift away from borrowed.
They're still there.
This is something you talked a little bit about at the beginning of the presentation, and I just wanted to hear more about what inspired that shift. And
so if you haven't seen, I don't mean to keep pausing over her. This is why I read articles. I don't listen to people. Like, it's not their fault. It really is no one's fault that I can't listen, unless it's like a funny comedy show. It's like goodbye. I didn't watch the second half to the reveal because I was hoping to read more about it, and that I don't know if that happened. I'm assuming that it did. Maybe I'll get around to it over the weekend or something.
Whether or
But
not, like what it means in the future going forward in expansions after Dragonflight for bringing freshness to classes.
Yeah, so, I mean, I think a lot of it is, as mentioned, just a response to both player feedback and our own experiences.
okay, I heard music, and I just want to make sure where it's coming from.
Recognize that, you know,
So I'm going to back it up. Let them start the question over.
That shift and whether or not, like what it means in the future going forward in expansions after Dragonflight for bringing freshness to classes.
Yeah, so, I mean, I think a lot of it is, as mentioned, just a response to both player feedback and our own experiences, both playing the game and as developers. I think we recognize that, you know, the double-edged sword of creating something awesome and empowering and complex, like artifact weapons in Legion, was that, well, if we're building this thing that we really can't sustain
I feel like he doesn't have anything to answer this question with, so he's just doing his best for this one, which is okay.
carrying forward, we have to take it away from you. And losing something awesome sucks. And having every expansion begin with, like, we just dug a hole, and now we have to fill it with a new thing, where at best, maybe if we can get you back to feeling like you were before, that's not success, that's not forward movement, that's not exciting.
No, you're just going in circles.
So one of the questions was like, how do we get out of it? How do we get into this, and how do we get out of it?
Yeah.
I think that led us to just kind of reflect on the past dozen or so years, and you know, realize that part of what used to fill that gap
The money wasn't flowing as much, and we remembered about the forums and Twitter, and we heard your complaints. Now we can't say we're sorry, and we were wrong, but we can say this: you will be felt, and you will be heard. Now you might be definitely felt, but
expansion was new talents and getting talent points to spend and carry forward with you. And whereas I think, you know, the original
when do they think they started complaining about this?
Was, you know,
He looks sad.
time we'd gotten into
He looks like somebody who's been yelled at about this many times. I don't know if it is something like I would never walk up to a developer or anybody and just be like, why the hell did you I'd just be like, you know what would be really cool, man? If one day, just one day in the future, you guys went back to the talent buy system. Notice just about every game does it still, except for you guys.
to Cataclysm coming into Mists, we were looking at like 70, 80 point trees with just tremendous depth. We're getting deeper and deeper. And
yeah, that was awesome. That was awesome. You can't tell me it wasn't. I loved it. I love a lot of points. I want to have 200 points in my game. The only reason I keep getting stuck playing Cyberpunk 2077 is because I'm like, wait, I can sink points into my dude, and it's like I don't even know where it ends. Still, he's not that high of a level though, so.
And
I like a lot of
they were
points.
kind
I
of
don't care what
collapsing
anybody says.
upon themselves.
I
in
know
a
this isn't
sense.
for just me,
I
but
think one of the original strengths of the classic
get used to
talents
it.
back in the day was the relative weighting of your spec versus the rest of your class. Like a build might be 30-21 or 31-20, but you still had 2/3 as many points in your off spec as you did in your main spec.
Yeah.
By the time you got to Wrath, and even if we continue that further into Cataclysm, well, now you were putting 51 points. You were 51-20, and you were like, and so continuing to go deeper and deeper was not sustainable there. And so when we took a step
You could have
back
slowed
and
down
tried
the
to
points
rebuild
or
a system from
something.
scratch, that we
I
could
know.
imagine capturing the strengths of the original talents, the customization and flexibility players have grown accustomed to in recent years, but also be a foundation to build upon for many expansions going forward. That is what led us to where we landed here, with separate class and spec trees, so that as we can expand them both over time without shifting the ratio, recognizing.
See, I'm happy that we're getting out of this like 3 points per tier. I hated it. I think it genuinely was something that took the steam out of me for World of Warcraft, because it no longer felt. I don't know. For some reason, it didn't feel like a game. Started to lose its luster after that. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I don't know if that sounds stupid or not.
If you let players do it, they're always going to put more points in their spec tree. They're always going to want to be better resto druids, better at dealing damage.
I love how I feel like they're talking to me though right now. Talking about resto druids. Stopped healing. I hate healing. Why? Because I used to love healing. I don't even care that if it wasn't even the greatest healer in the game. It just felt better. It had more fun to it. I don't even really care if they give the tree back. Like, I know I can turn into a tree for a minute and a half. That's not the same thing. It really isn't. Plus, I don't want to look like the tree that they have me looking like. I want to go back. I want to look like the Ents. I love it. I loved it when he looked like the little tree, like the little rotund tree guy. Now I got all these limbs and shit, and it looks stupid.
With their fire mage spells.
I think it's dumb.
And
just happy I get turned into a tree.
Exciting place for us to invest our efforts and our focus in a way that we know is going to make the game better after Dragonflight. When we're here talking about what our next expansion after that is going to be.
Would it be hilarious? He just dropped the name of the next one.
Behind, you're going to be building upon it.
So you envision adding more layers and more rows of talents in the future going forward?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And I think we've built this system. Anyway, I mean, could we sustain that for 20 years? Probably not. But we don't. Realistically, we think of there's a horizon of sorts where we want to make sure this will work for 2 to 3 expansions, and then beyond that, it's sort of a future us problem where so much will have changed between now and then. It's not really responsible for us to plant firm stakes in the ground. And
I feel like that's a safe answer. I like that one, because in 2 to 3 expansions, I can't even guarantee I'll be playing. Like, who knows? Who knows what the hell we'll be doing in 2 to 3 expansions? Will we finally get to that nuclear fallout? Or will we be too busy playing with Bitcoin on the moon?
We're compromising the excitement of our designs because we're not sure how they're going to scale 8 years from now. We're doing a disservice to players today, and 8 years from now won't matter if we're not making an amazing game for players today.
Something they should have thought. That really is something they should have thought of 8 years ago. I don't care.
Just to quickly touch back on another piece of your first question, I don't think it means necessarily the complete end of borrowed power, so to speak. I mean, Gear is borrowed power, right? Gear is the original borrowed power. You have a tier set, you get your 4-piece set bonus, and you know what? You're going to leave it behind and move on and replace it with something new. And there are always going to be systems like that.
I've never really had a entire gear set. I should make that clear. That's something I want to do while I'm doing Classic WoW. I want to get a gear set this time. I want to make sure that's something I lock down.
Necessarily, want to slam the door shut entirely there, because I think there is something exciting about attach specific systems or things that really feel thematically tied to a piece of content. But in terms of the like expansion spanning alternate progression that is, meant to be what drives your character through an expansion, that is not in the cards for the foreseeable future.
So it's fair to say that there's not going to be like a Dragonflight active ability that we're going to be using in this new expansion, that our power is tied to our classes instead?
Correct.
Okay.
Exactly correct.
It was cool to see some of the greatest hits from the past expansions potentially make it into the talent tree, so that was really exciting.
It's something we're looking forward to just, hearing feedback from and talking through over the course of alpha and beta, right?
Mm-hmm.
What are, I'm sure
I
Eagle Eye
just
Observer
have
saw
the
things
worst
like
listing
Wotlk and
skills.
Sample Druid talents. Like, what are other things that you don't want to leave behind or that you'd love to have back? And
trees.
all options are on the table.
Turn me into a
We've
tree.
been hearing a bit today, and something I'm very curious about is sort of this new Dragonflight almost version of the Renown system, where you're able to work with different factions in Dragonflight and progress them.
I want to work for the green Dragonflight. That's what if I can either green or bronze. That's what I want to do. Either time travel. Green Dragonflight is for the dreams, right? Is that why I was thinking that? Because the blue Dragonflight is magic. The red one is just, they're cool and they're red. The black one is what's his face from Cataclysm. And then we have, I don't know. I don't remember. I just came back recently.
In a way that's similar to Renown, and I'm curious if you can tell me more about like the differences and whether or not there's player power tied there, or if it's more of a cosmetic thing.
So I think we're looking at sort of evolving what some of our endgame reputations have been. Reputation.
I don't actually mind getting borrowed power from, like, we leave Shadowlands and we lose our, like, say we had, I don't know, plus 10 strength or whatever given to us from being with, or for example, in my case, it would be plus 10 in intellect and mastery from Ardenweald, and I start at the next place. I lose that because I'm no longer in Shadowlands, but I get something better or equal, if not better, in Dragonflight once I get to an equal point. Oops, not what I meant to do.
Sort of this new Dragonflight almost version of the Renown system, where you're able to work with different factions in Dragon. Differences and whether or not.
I think we're looking at sort of evolving what some of our endgame reputations have been. Reputation hasn't really changed much since literally 2005. There's this old structure of like 3,000 points, then 6,000, then 12,000, then 21,000 as you go from, honored to revered to exalted. It gets progressively, harder to reach the next tier. There isn't much visibility in how we give you rewards. You have to look at it. You have to find a vendor or a quartermaster somewhere and like look ahead to see what's required. And I think there are aspects of how Covenant Renown worked in Shadowlands that solved a number of those problems in terms of more measured, steady progression, laying out.
Yeah, because I still have you still have the Renown. Like, you still have to go through that progression with each Covenant. But then you had that story of Renown where, they could time gate you behind going through the story too quickly, keep you up, keep you at a certain pace week to week for the content. I don't mind that, so long as it's good while it's coming out.
Out on a track, what goals were ahead of you, and I think that's something that we want to adapt to some of our endgame structures in Dragonflight. So imagine instead of your Venthyr Renown or your Night Fae Renown, it's this Centaur clan or the Explorers League that you're building Renown with and working towards unlocking goals along the way. Not necessarily through the same structured weekly quest where you have to do the
So not exactly the same thing. Oh, never mind.
But more just open-ended objectives. In terms of the things that would be available through these tracks, I think nothing that we've currently planned is that sort of like auxiliary multiplicative player power that lies outside of our other systems. Of course, there can be cosmetics. Of course, there's gear there, right? The same way, for if you're an outdoor world-oriented player.
Maybe I jump ahead.
I have some questions about crafting. Mean like a
Oh
reduced.
boy.
I have some questions about.
Crafting. I don't really care for. I think I said that. Future of legendaries. I do care about that.
And getting the gear.
What would you say the team has kind of learned from Shadowlands legendaries, and do we have any indication of whether or not legendaries might be attempted again in Dragonflight?
So I think we can say that the Legion slash Shadowland style legendaries, where there's dozens of them and everyone has them. We have no plans to do that again in Dragonflight. Our focus is elsewhere. We are carrying tier sets forward, for example. I think what we've learned there is customization is interesting. Having the ability, having a small collection of legendaries that you can swap among to empower your abilities in certain ways for dungeons versus raids.
Oranges are always nice.
And again, in a sense, I see that as kind of filling a gap that we have created ourselves by not having an extensible talent system, right? The Dragonflight version of that is, well, this is a talent
I would agree
that you can choose to divert your build towards, and that can empower your AoEs, or that can give you this extra proc, or that can make this thing refund energy, or whatever suits your purposes. We'd rather just have that in our evergreen systems.
Self, you haven't had a chance to yet.
Let's see. We've touched on most of them. I think I'm personally just so excited about the talent system, and just like
I'll probably watch this all in its entirety on my own later.
Some of our talent trees.
But I want to get to
community dissection and feedback,
Classic,
and let fan sites make their calculators and start playing around with them, both to get that information out there and to start getting feedback to the team on how we can make them even better. One thing I haven't had a chance to talk about that I think is hopefully pretty cool. We have some fun plans for Mythic Plus in Dragonflight that we didn't get a chance to talk about in the announce today. In some ways, what we're doing for Shadowlands Season 4 is a little preview of those. And I think we've heard and seen that Mythic Plus is just about my favorite feature out there. But
really,
no matter what we do with affixes, running the same dungeon for like 18 months straight, it wears a little thin by the end and before.
So then don't do Mythic Plus, because I feel like that's part of the issue.
The end, and people aren't necessarily that keen on like refarming the same item, 26 eye levels higher each tier. Mm-hmm. And we also have this wealth of awesome old content that is still super fun, as we see with things like Legion Time Walking. And so, what we'd like to do for Dragonflight is launch with 8 new dungeons.
Okay.
But have Season 1 of Dragonflight Mythic Plus be comprised of actually 4 of those new Dragonflight dungeons, plus a mix of 4 dungeons picked from older expansions that never had Mythic Plus before, but we can, whether it was an old challenge mode, Warlords dungeon, etc., probably not Shadowlands stuff because that's too recent, have that flesh out the Season 1 pool, then have Season 2 be the 4 other Dragonflight dungeons, plus 4 other old ones, and actually basically have complete turnover from season to season.
I don't
in terms of
really like Mythic Plusing, because
really
it just feels like
I think it's also
a long time of doing the same thing.
That
I feel like there should be a
if
better
you're
way
not-
of doing
for
it,
someone who's
but
trying to come along later on in the expansion or pick up tanking or whatever else, the burden of community knowledge can very quickly become dauntingly high. Mm-hmm. Everyone figured out the boss mechanics and how everything works in the first couple of months, and the rest of the community is on like super optimization of skips and which pulls you can combine. And if you're just coming along trying to get into that for the first time, that's pretty rough. Whereas I think if it's a whole new set of dungeons, it's both a new set of items and a new set of puzzles the community hasn't fully solved.
And at least for some people who didn't get a chance to do older dungeons, at least it gives a bit of a spotlight to them again. I mean, at least they're using old content. I'm fine. I like that. I don't mind it. But it basically, I know it isn't like, I know you can't LF looking for group. Oh, 1 second. I don't know what's that.
And
But that's that. Like, wait a minute. So now you wait. Now that I'm thinking about it, is it really that better? You hit end game. You're traveling around the Dragon Isles. You do your 4 mythics there that you've maxed out. Oh no, I guess so. Probably get those done pretty quick. I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna work. But what do I know, right? Let us begin. Okay, so I'm just gonna go straight in. Well, unless there's any invitations, I think there. I don't even know what that Season of Mastery stuff is, but Burning Crusade. I'm gonna do a bit of that. Gotta wait for it to load. You know what I'm gonna do? There should still be some warm coffee. Not hot. Warm. I'll go get some of that. On 8. Cool. Okay. Broke. So I already have a how I heal, but I don't know if that's what I'm going to stick with because it's a medium service. It's probably going to pop up popular, like probably high later on when people come back. So I'm probably just going to stick with that. Yeah, that's what I'll do. It's not like anybody enjoys watching leveling content anyway, and I got to do as much as I can. I got to do it. So what I'll probably do is this for a few hours and then go do some other stuff. And I just got to go in there. All right, I'll be right back. And I am back. Durator. I'm not away from keyboard. I'm right here. L. I gotta track these every time. That's not done. It's kind of unsettling sometimes. It's just goofy because it's like, how much time has passed and here I am doing this stupid stuff again. Oh, look at that. The Griffins really do look like that. Boy, do they ever need an update. I'm kidding. Oh yeah, I gotta hit him with my stick. Get him! Club him! I'm doing everything I did back then. I don't care. Ooh, I could run back and get another spell. It might help. I think that's what I'm gonna do. What can I learn at this spell? At this level? Can I check that right now? I don't think so. So I guess we'll find out. Then we'll come back. Like, look at that Mulgore sunset. It has been far too long. Is that because... Wow. That's what time it sets here? So, here. I'll do some walk down memory lane. I first started playing. I was staying at my grandparents, who have unfortunately passed away by this point. May they rest in peace, you know. And after doing whatever it is I needed to do every day, changed all the time, and cooking. That was one thing that I always did for them. Cooked. I liked that. I liked it. That's where I learned to cook. I would hop on World of Warcraft and just do this. I basically knew every inch of these hills. Do I now? Not really. Not since the Great Scar. I was so mad at Cataclysm. I'm like, you guys, you ruined it. It was beautiful. And I mean, with classic, just leaving it on classic graphics is nice. It's really nice. I like it. I feel like I should have given it more of a chance. But, you know, with all the... what they were doing there. Yeah, Moonfire is more important. I need that more. There. Now I can actually do something. Because Moonfire is basically like the... no matter what. No matter where you go. As a druid, your DOT is your godsend. I gotta go all the way back. Son of a bitch! Why can't I just be fast? I don't miss this. I don't miss this. I don't miss this. At all. I'm also looking for a group. No. That's too good. So I can't looking for more. I doubt it. Let's see. That's what I thought. I'm all alone. Who the hell would make a Tauren? I'm the only person who I can ever think of. Like I don't play a Tauren because I want to. Let's be honest. I play a Tauren because I have to. If I want to be a druid, I'm not playing Alliance. God no. Can't grow a beard if you're on the Alliance. Only, ironically, I don't think there's an orc with a beard, is there? But I mean, look at this guy. He's got chin scruff. I don't know what the hell you call that. It's basically a neck beard if I've ever seen one. But look at this. This is all you gotta know. And here, I need to fight these, eh? So this is what I mean. So although, and then I can let him smack. I'll just refresh that on him. And we're like going faster than we were before. Wow, it costs 5 more. This is gonna be great. So I'm gonna kill things out here first, because once I go in there, I gotta go fight Sharp Tusk. Oh boy. I should have bought some water. Well, hit him with the stick. Don't just stand there. This is the only thing that I really don't miss, if I'm gonna be honest. Oh, I'm one ahead of the other. Man. I love it. I had asked my brother, you know, what would you think of joining me? I never got around to it because we distract each other too much. Oh yeah, I should probably change this to whirl. Hey, come on. Whirlo. Come on. Show me what I want. World of Harry Potter. What the hell? That don't even make any sense. I hope not. Oh, he resisted it. That is a message I do not miss seeing all that often. So anyways, I remember, so my grandparents' house was shaped very oddly. It was in this weird L shape that, because it had an addition built on at some point. I didn't know my mana was back at that high. And what was it? They would sorry. Yeah, the house. The house was L shaped. And the only way to get the internet was to be at the furthest point from the entrance, which was the side part, the attachment. And by golly, I was just lucky to catch it there. Now, weirdly enough, if I moved to the other side of the house, I could also reach it there, but I couldn't reach it anywhere else. So, I don't know if it was just because of the big tree in the way, but yeah, I know my man as well. Eat some beef jerky, got some of that, don't we? Yeah. Should have bought some water, but I don't think I have enough anymore. Saving up for spells, I feel like, is going to be the hardest part. Holy moly, I'm going to be at this battle boar thing all day. This song is a thing that brings back my memories. Like, I don't really know. I don't know. I feel like if you haven't played Classic and you have a subscription, you really should. Like, what I mean is if you haven't done, like, Burning Crusade, because I never did Classic. Like, maybe I should level a character on that too and do their season stuff, but no, this Wrath of the Lich King is what I want to prepare for. Which means a long, arduous grind. I'm going to hate it. That's okay. Oh, I'm almost done. I should probably give it a second. Yeah, I'll just drink quickly. It'll be the one time that I do. There are just some things I'm gonna have to get used to, with, for example, getting materials. Because I'm still gonna do the alchemy thing no matter what. So that's gonna be a time in and of itself. Speaking of, here, we'll try to reach level 10. I'm already level 4, so that's only 6 away. And that basically gets me out of here and up to Thunderbluff, if I remember correctly. So that's why I should have brought some water, but screw it. I might be wrong. I'm probably wrong. But if I just... yeah, probably not. You son of a gun. Wait, you know what? Let me just get some mana back, and then I'll just burn him again. I loved waiting for that. Rising or is it setting? I have no idea. I'm going to go up and over and see where that takes me. Isn't his house, like, right around here? Are you kidding me? They're even more dangerous. Yeah, I'm going to need water watch. But at least they'll be more rewarding. I think. Wait, I get staves, maces. Don't I get? Oh, that's probably not till later. Once I get my specs. Oh boy. So yeah, back to the playing, and I would just play for hours. I think all I would do is just make, because at the time when I was playing then, I was just trying out the different classes. I think I made at least each one to level 20. That was it. Then I settled on Druid, and that was it. I had enough. No more alts for me. Now I want to level alts. I like that. The game plan for now is, although I really like Lost Ark, I want to get caught up in this, so I could be prepared for Wrath of the Lich King. So I'm going to do that whenever I can. I'll go back to Lost Ark eventually. I just enjoyed playing it. It's free to play. It's not something I got to pay for, so it's not really top of my priorities. But I'm happy with the way things are right now. I just need to, I think he's up here. I know he's in like, isn't he in a little hut? Or I just kind of not remembering that. Oh, the harpies are this way, so. I think that's what that means. Harpies that way. So then he's down to the left. God darn. I'll go around him. Man, I cannot wait to have on. And yeah, that's what we're doing. So I have to go to the vendor to, yes, true. That one. I'm gonna want to learn how to cook. That's kind of the situation I'm in now. But here, I'm taking less damage, I think. Need to. I forget what that does at higher levels. Doesn't it give, like, what's it? Mark of the Wild. Eventually. Wait, so he's not here. Here, you. Come here. Let me wrestle with you for a second. Turn around and go back the other way. That's what I'm assuming. Yeah, because that's a bristleback shaman. That's not what I wanted. Okay, I'm in the wrong spot. God damn it, I forget where this idiot is. Oh my god, he's further in here, I know that. He's in the big building, isn't he? So I guess he's past the harpies. Curses. Foiled again. Go up and around. Classic WoW has to have the most exciting content ever, doesn't it? Like, doesn't this just get you excited? Like, woo! Let's go! Now I know. Oh my god, there's somebody else! Poor bastard, he's also a druid. Probably got that, like, good gear, that stuff, that heirloom stuff. Meanwhile, I'm running around like a poor homeless person. But I guess that's, like, the best way to play. Let's be honest. Why would anybody else... Why would you want to play any other way? You're clearing the way for me, buddy. I'll let him take the kill first. Because it's basically a competition. He shouldn't... Unless he's going to stop to poke it with me. Is it? No, wait. I think we can... No, I don't think we can both tag things right now. Can we? Is that something they've kept? Just kill a whole bunch of things and loot them after. You better get there first. I need the EXP. I'm actually a poor person. I can't afford the good gear. You know, I'm glad I know what to do, at least. I could just imagine starting Classic WoW thinking it's exactly like retail in a way and being like, what the hell? That's how much it's different? Yeah, like there are a lot of good things that have changed. Don't get me wrong. I don't think it's in this building. I think I gotta go up there still. I just noticed the road, but screw it. Oh no, he's going to beat me. Oh yeah, where did the stomp go? Should be up here somewhere. That's more useful. Ah, oh boy. Yeah, there he is. So if he's not coming this way, I guess Thorn Mantle's mine, isn't he? He's just going to be incredibly difficult, isn't he? Doesn't it say... Doesn't Break Sharp Tusk come with like a warning? No, this isn't a... I thought there was an early quest which required the help of others. Oh, I love this. Such a poor excuse of a class. Of course I'm facing the wrong way. Oh boy. Or eat quick, fast. Before something comes up to you. Yeah. I think he's going the wrong way. There he is. He's come out to play. This is the best reason to be a druid. You can hit things from very far away, take them out, and go back, and you're done. That's why I can't wait to get cat form. At least it's a speed boost of some type. What am I looking at? Yeah, what? Oh no. Yeah, we'll just get rid of that. Give me his head. Okay, we're done here. Now we gotta run our way back.
I can't carry anymore.
Woohoo, this is gonna suck. Trail of bodies everywhere. Well, I have 53 seconds left on that. I know how to get out of here. You just die. I think I came from this way? No, because that's the rock. So up over there. I missed my speed boost. I missed my speed boost. This is such a blast to do this again. So yeah, has anybody ever, like, if anybody's watching, if you've played World of Warcraft, when did you start? What expansion was it for you? I timed myself well with this one. Might as well kill things on my way there. Like I've said, for me it was the end of Burning Crusade, 2007, June. Oh boy. This is gonna cut it close. Shoot. I was just thinking about when I can get my Starfall. I'm excited. That'll be nice. I have nothing I want right now. Use that. Well, I'll be able to forward a couple of spells this time. I should just top up this level. Why not? Battle boars will get me to it. Battle toads. Oh, my stream cut. I didn't even notice. Well, if it keeps it up, what I'll do is I'll just keep going on my own. I don't mind. I got hours. This is a challenge I would like to do regardless, so I'll give it a chance. If it crash, it crash. I ended up doing the majority of content I wanted to do in the first place, so I'm happy. I'm going to cut that down tomorrow. I've been getting better at it day by day. I just got to push, not push myself. I just got to like push myself to get better. I feel like why did I say it like that? Like it would have been fine as is. I got to push myself to get better. I want to, like I keep saying, I want to start writing more things and doing them. Because I do start later in the day. And I'm sure, you know, taking my time, getting everything filmed, and then cutting them together and